Hello, myself Sunil Krishna. Here basically we are discussing about one of the topic that is city creation. In this city creation basically we are discussing one of the topic that is sand creation. In this basically we are discussing one of the topic that is future creation. One other person told that I had taken few examples basically, right, of myself example basically. But in real life basically that has not happened. I'm just taking as an example so that basically it should be clear that basically this whole thing basically has happened. I had taken few example of tall. I had taken few example of that tall person. But then basically I had taken example of that one of the person basically told that Sunil और नायर की नसबंदी करा देते, ये करा देते, वो करा देते. Then basically I had taken one example of one Maharashtrian person, Bihari person and Uttar Pradesh person basically, and one Malayali person basically that told that basically इसकी हम नसबंदी करा देते हैं, इसका फिर पहले इसकी शादी करा, then first we basically we will do his marriage, then basically we will do his nasbandi, and then basically we will take him to Dubai, and then basically we will kill him in Dubai. That basically we are going to through to marriage basically, so that basically nobody can doubt it basically. So like this basically this story also basically we get generated. Then basically we saw that one of the software company person basically of Vadodara city, Lux software company, he told that basically you are rejected. Then basically entire Vadodara city basically software company told that basically you are also rejected. Means Sunil or Nair, you are also rejected. That entire Vadodara city basically software company also told that basically. So that example also we saw basically. Then basically we saw that one more example basically that is that is of the groups basically who told that basically the future plan basically we have done, and in this future plan basically we have done lots of things basically. In this basically we have discussed that basically how basically the future plan basically was created basically by the set of groups. In this basically we had taken the example of here his person is his relative, this that his family members, his friends basically, and this whole group basically all basically has finished the relationship, and in this basically relationship finished, that matrix also basically we saw. So one of the person told that means then basically we saw one more example, the body nurse basically that was veins basically was damaged of Sunil or Nair basically through one of the software company basically. Then he told that yes basically. That was also damaged. So that example also basically we saw. Then one of the person told that why basically this everything was done basically. That was the question basically. One of the person basically asked the question basically. मतलब in Hindi basically I will tell. मतलब ये सब क्यों किया था? In Gujarati it is like this. आप दुख क्या करें? In Malayalam basically. ഇതെല്ലാം എന്തിനാ ചെയ്തേ? And in English basically that is called as this everything basically why it was done basically. In other language why it was done basically. Why this everything was done basically. So in Russian also basically we will explain basically. Just a minute. In Russia, in Germany, why this was done. આ શું માટે કરવામાં આવ્યું?
આ શા માટે કરવામાં
શા
આવ્યું
માટે
હતું?
કરવામાં આવ્યું? આ શું માટે નહીં. Actually it should be શું માટે, but they are written શા માટે, so we are not Gujarati expert basically. So now basically France.
Pourquoi cela a été fait? Pourquoi cela a été fait?
Now in Russia.
Почему это было сделано? 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 Почему?
Почему? So we will say one line basically. Почему? because new language basically it's very difficult to understand.
Почему это?
Почему?
Почему это? Почему это?
Почему
Почему
это?
это?
Почему это?
Why this was done?
Why this was done basically? Why this was done?
Почему это было сделано?
Почему это было сделано? But it's very difficult to spell.
Почему это было сделано?
Почему dabasma?
Почему это было сделано?
Tabasma deva. So why this was done basically? That was the question basically. Why this everything basically was implemented with Sunil Arnair? But I am just taking as an example basically. Really, my head is not damaged, my ear is not damaged, my wings basically is not damaged of the body parts. This has nothing as happened. But just taking as an example, I have HIV/AIDS. I have my Nasbandi was done. My body, each and every body wing basically was damaged by Hindustan land. This everything basically I am just taking as an example basically. In really this has not happened. So one of the person of the satellite group basically asked, actually क्यों किया था ये सब basically? Why this was done basically?
Why this was done?
Why this was done basically? Why this was done?
Why this was done?
In Russia basically see.
Почему это было сделано?
Почему dabasma? But that's very difficult to spell. So we will see German basically. German is also small, very.
Warum das gemacht wurde?
That's very more complicated.
Warum das gemacht wurde? Warum das gemacht wurde? Warum das gemacht wurde?
Now basically see in Arabic language. Arabic also see.
لماذا تم ذلك؟ لماذا تم ذلك؟ لماذا تم ذلك؟ لماذا تم ذلك؟
Liban daba dahalika. That means why this was
Why
done.
this was done?
In
لماذا
Arabic see.
تم ذلك؟
Arabic see. Now in Nepali also see basically.
यो किन गरियो?
यो किन गर्बे?
यो किन गरियो?
यो केन गर्बे?
यो किन गरियो? यो किन गरियो?
यो केन गर्बे?
यो किन गरियो?
You cannot garbe. That is Nepali language. Now basically see other language also. Now basically which language we will see? Somalia language, but that was not sound was not there. Tamil also basically.
இது ஏன் செய்யப்பட்டது? இது ஏன் செய்யப்பட்டது?
See basically.
இது ஏன் செய்யப்பட்டது? இது ஏன் செய்யப்பட்டது? இது ஏன் செய்யப்பட்டது?
Now in Malayalam see basically.
എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇത് ചെയ്തത്?
എന്തുകൊണ്ടാ ഇത് ചെയ്തെങ്കിൽ? That is basically. See.
എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇത് ചെയ്തത്?
എന്തുകൊണ്ടാ ഇത് ചെയ്തെങ്കിൽ? ചെയ്തു.
എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇത് ചെയ്തത്?
എന്തുകൊണ്ടാ ഇത് ചെയ്തു? ചെയ്തു. Its spelling is here actually ചെയ്തു and basically spelling this.
എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇത് ചെയ്തത്? എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇത് ചെയ്തത്?
So that's basically. So that's Google's problem. Now basically we will see Gujarati see. Gujarati I think we have solved already.
આ શા માટે કરવામાં આવ્યું હતું?
આ શા માટે કરવામાં આવ્યું? So this everything is done basically. Now basically we will go back to this basically. So one of the person told that this story basically why it was generated. Yeah, basically they had damage, body parts damage. That means basically everything was basically done to kill Sunil Nair basically. Then one of the person told that yes here basically. So one of the person told that is it basically you have any enemy with God basically? Then no basically I am basically doing see basically how many God basically I believe basically. See basically these are God basically. Yes here basically it's lots of God basically. See basically. So why basically who has done this basically? Because somebody it might possible that some God family might have done this basically. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this.